Record. Hi, everyone. Welcome. Thanks again for taking the time out tonight while I share this fabulous opportunity that I have fallen in love with, as well as the products. And then my friend Michelle is going to take over and share a little bit about the company and about these amazing products. There are so many that I haven't had a chance to try yet, but there are so many different products that speak to me. But I have tried many of the skincare, and I'm absolutely in love with it and how it makes my skin feel, the glow that it gives as well. And then the collagen, I love the fact that I can just add a scoop to my coffee. There's no taste to it, so it's just getting that in. You can add it to shakes as well. And there's a couple of products that my kiddos have tried, which I love that there's something for everybody, and it hits all different price points. So there's something for everybody. So I will let Michelle take over. And I just want to say again, thank you for the time and for the support tonight. And I can't wait for Michelle to share with you.
Thanks, Stace. Okay, well, I'm just going to share my screen. I'm Michelle, by the way. I have been doing network marketing for 15 years, and that's what I love about this business is that you don't have to do any of the hard stuff until you feel like you're excited to do it. And that could be years down the road. So Stacy gets to invite her people to support her business launch, just like if she had a clothing store or anything else opening up. And I get to do the nerdy, heavy lifting around the products because my background is I'm a science nerd. I have a biology degree and an education degree. So as soon as we were coming over to Shackley, I took a look at their 110 clinical research studies and I just fell in love. I love clinically proven products because I love the wellness industry to begin with, but then knowing that the science shows what I'm already feeling and why my skin is glowing the way it is just like really gets me going. So we are with a company called Shackley, and Shackley is a very natural company, as natural and clean as they can possibly be. Everything from clean home products way before they were cool. This company has been around 110 years in the wellness industry. That was when they developed their first wellness product. And I think they started doing their clean home products 70 years ago. That's far before we were still using Pledge. Remember that stuff? You would spray it and have like a coughing attack and it would go in your lungs. And I mean, they were already so far ahead of the curve with all these clean, natural ingredients. So, all the stuff for the clean home, and then there's the wellness line. And then there's an anti-aging skin line. And so kind of something for everybody, whether you're into working out or fitness, or you're just into protecting your cells and not getting disease, or you want something for your kids, as Stacy said. Another thing that's really interesting is very recently they were able to acquire the Modere products. So anything like the collagen, the trim, things like that, they were able to bring over to Shackley and have the license to create all of those here ongoing. So that's really cool because BioCell Collagen has a huge, almost cult-like following. I'll talk a little bit more about that in the future of this presentation. But I wanted to start with the kids line because they are so affordable and so high quality. So Stacey, you touched a little bit on this, but my kids take these products too. The Vitally chewable vitamins are so good that I have to force myself not to eat them when I'm giving their little trays of vitamins and I'm making them up. I'm like, no, I have to take the swallow ones. Like these are for the kids. And my teenagers still love that chewable experience because taking pills, though they can do it, is tedious for them. And it just helps protect their immune system and it helps them with the level of school that they're doing. And even when they're teens, they maybe need that more than even when they're little. And then we have our omega jellies, which is another great delivery system for kids, really good for brain health, really good for concentration in class and things like that, and just really good overall protection for what they're not eating and we know they should be eating essentially. And then we have a lot of different products. So I'm going to go over a few, but just know that if you have a particular issue, you can just go ahead and ask Stacy if we have something for that. And you can trust that it will be a plant-based specific thing for that. I had somebody come to me and say, "Do you have anything that can cleanse my liver?" And of course, I just typed it in, found one. It's all plant-based, it's herbal. I'm like, wow, I didn't even know about this product. So I love having these foundational products like Vivix, like the collagen that we'll talk about. But know that if you have a specific thing like menopause symptoms or hormonal stuff, we have stuff for that as well. I'm going to start with Vivix, which is my favorite product by far. Vivix is a deeply potent antioxidant blend from things like muscadine grape and black carrot. And it's got some really powerful research behind it, but essentially it's just proven to protect your cells and protect your DNA. And what that means is all the time we're going through oxidative stress, chemicals in our environment, breathing, exercising, the things that we eat, the things that we breathe in, all of the things, right? The shampoo we use. And that oxidative stress can lead to disease if it's out of control. And so this product is proven to drastically reduce oxidative stress. It's proven to drastically reduce inflammatory responses. And it's just such a protection. The other cool thing that it does is it exponentially increases mitochondrial density. And you don't have to know what that means. And I know I'm a nerd, but what I will say is that longevity scientists, so people who study how to lengthen life, and this is a big, growing, exponentially growing field right now. What they look at right away is they'll take a sample from somebody and they will check their mitochondrial density. Somebody who's got a lot of healthy mitochondria in their cells are proven to live longer. Not only that, but they're proven to have less age-related disease, things like Alzheimer's and dementia and those sorts of things. So for me, I have a lot of Alzheimer's in my family. And so as soon as I found out the mitochondrial research on the Vivix product, I was like, hell to the yes, I need this for prevention. And I love what it does to the mitochondrial density. But you guys, I wish I had my before and after photo loaded in here. Maybe I'll show it at the end. It shows on your face. Like you should see what I looked like prior to taking this product and then after taking this product, because I was so inflamed without even realizing it. And it just reduces that inflammation in your skin, yes, but also in your organs, your heart, all of the liver, all of those things get drastically reduced in inflammation. And then, yeah, you can see a 98% increase in cellular energy. That's those mitochondria. Like it almost doubles your mitochondrial density. So again, not to nerd out too much, but this graph just shows somebody who ate a group that ate 2 breakfast sandwiches from McDonald's and huge spike in the inflammation, of course, right? That's a very high fat, high inflammation kind of meal. The person who did take Vivix, not only did they I would have been happy if they just stayed flat because, they just kept the same kind of rate of inflammation, but they actually had a decrease in inflammation, even though they ate those breakfast sandwiches. So that's just showing acutely what the inflammatory response is in the body, but that's ongoing. And it's like prevents chronic inflammation, which is really great. It comes in a gummy, it comes in gel caps, and it comes in a liquid. So whatever way you like to take it, that's Vivix. And then we've got our liquid BioCell collagen. I personally love if somebody's feeling tired, they want to have like that youthful feeling, that youthful look again, and they want to be able to work out again without hurting. I get them on 1 bottle of Life BioCell and a bottle of Vivix. That is the foundation that I love to start all my clients on to feel good again, to just be themselves again, especially as we age. It's got 30 human clinicals. What it does is it gets directly into the joints and it drags a hyaluronic acid bead with it, every molecule of collagen. And the hyaluronic acid bead can plump up to like 60 times its size when you drink water. So that drags all that hydration into your joint, which is why sometimes we get testimonials from people that say like, are you kidding me? Like, should I be able to notice in 4 or 5 hours after taking it? And I'm like, not promising that that will happen for everybody, but yes, that's why, because it's dragging that deep hydration into the joint. And then ongoing, it's teaching your body to create its own collagen again. As we get to 50 years old, we have 50% of the collagen we used to have, which is why the face falls, right? It's the scaffolding that holds everything up. And that is happening in every tissue. Everything is made of collagen, your heart, your connective tissue, everything. So we want to teach the body how to make it again. We want to give it a good delivery system of collagen that we can actually absorb and recognize as our own. And then we want to pair it with that hyaluronic acid, which is just so plumping. And then on top of that, we actually have some ingredients in here that prevent the breakdown of collagen and hyaluronic acid of our own. Because ongoing, we're getting more and more eaten up by these little Pac-Man things in our body. And it actually fights those. And so it's just this like triple goodness of giving us collagen, protecting the collagen we have, and teaching our body to make collagen again, which is awesome. So those two together are great. We are always looking for viral products that are going to have a market. Here's an example, our sparkling protein. So this is a 0 gram of sugar, 160 calorie, 40 gram of protein, sparkling margarita drink. That's obviously non-alcoholic, but it tastes like a margarita. And this is a niche market. People are looking for this. Hockey teams love this. People who work out love this. People that went to the gym and didn't properly eat or need that hit of protein right after. I mean, I just love how they're always coming up with things that people are looking for. And if Shaklee makes it, it's going to be the best of the best of the best. That's the reason they're still here 110 years later. They don't put anything out that's subpar. Everything is high quality. Everything is well researched, which brings me to my other favorite product, which is our Vitalizer strip. Now, just before I get started, like this is probably the research study that got me the most jazzed. I was like talking my husband's ear off, and he doesn't care about science at all. I just couldn't even stop with this research. So what they did is they had a ongoing 10-year long observational study, and they were taking a group that were on Shaklee vitamins and a group that wasn't, and they were looking at things like, were they taking medication, what was their risk of diabetes, how often did they get heart disease, but just basically how healthy are they, what are all their inflammatory markers like. Well, the group that took the Shaklee products was exponentially healthier. Depending on the age group, they had 95% less prescription use. Like, I just want to slow that down for a minute. 95% less prescription medication in the Shaklee vitamin group. And I just thought, my God, like that's because we just can't eat enough good whole food all the time. So we have to fill in the gaps. And if you're going to do that with a multivitamin, it has to be high quality. It has to be slow release. It has to be bioavailable. It has to be one that's not just like going out the back end, right? Going into the toilet. And that is all proven by the fact that they drew blood and they looked 11% less cholesterol, 33% less triglycerides. You have no idea what that means for heart health ongoing. My husband takes this because he saw that research and his family has a weakness for heart disease. The men in his family have all had heart attacks by 50 and he's 45. So he was like, yeah, get me on that immediately. 59% less lower C-reactive protein. Doctors don't even like to test this, and the reason is they have no way to address it. Homocysteine in our blood is actually a marker of disease, and they don't really want to tell you because there is no prescription that they can give you to reduce it. But this reduces it by 59%. I mean, 59% on the C-reactive protein and 36% less homocysteine. That's a marker of disease. That's crazy. And then our vitamin B, for example, in here, like this strip gives you everything. So to wrap up the study, what they said is, okay, what exact things are you taking? And they put that all together and realized, oh, the majority of them are taking these things. And they made the Vitalizer strip out of that because they wanted to mimic a really easy way for people to take what that group was taking and get these results, be off their medications, have better heart outcomes, have lower disease markers and things like that. If you look at the vitamin B down here, it's a slow release vitamin B that's 198% more absorbable over 12 hours because it's a slow release. For me, that matters because my family also, on the other side, has a weakness for nervous system disorders, things like ALS, epilepsy, neuropathy. So I've always been on a high quality vitamin B, and I was just like pleased as punch to see that it was in here already and that I could just take this strip. I'm getting a probiotic, I'm getting my vitamin B, I'm getting my vitamin D, I'm getting a very potent omega from a very clean Alaskan source of fish oil. It's so cheap for what you get. I was ordering all those things separately on Amazon for way more money. And I was like, okay, sign me up. That's it. So that's a favorite of mine. And then one that I don't talk about enough, and I know, Stacey, it's one of your favorites, is our youth line, our clean line of skin related products. And particularly our youth line. I don't know if you guys can see, but I have been using the youth line consistently for about a year, and it has just done wonders for my skin. So I'm addressing my aging on the inside with Vivix and Vitalizer and my collagen, but then on the outside, I'm using this skincare. And I've never been good at skincare until this because it feels so amazing. And it's very affordable. It's also EWG certified, so the ingredients are very clean. And 2/3 of people that were polled said that they felt they looked 10 years younger. Like, that's crazy. 66% of people said, I've reduced my age by 10 years that use this. It's free from 2,500 plus harmful chemicals. And it's way before its time in the US. I know that Canada is a lot stricter, but it's even ahead of the times in Europe. They even have products on their shelves that have more chemicals than our skin line. So it works, and it's also incredibly clean. We again, back to viral products. This was on the breakfast show. It's just like so popular because it's a little pen that you do under your eyes and on your, I forget what these are called, the 11s, but basically your jowl lines, I'll call them, because that's not the technical word, but you essentially are reversing your aging by using a lot of different things that are absorbing into the skin. And I'll show you an example of how quickly they can work. So this is like instant. This is not 2 weeks later. This is she did it and then she took a picture right after. And so it's so cool how it tightens up the skin. It plumps it up. There's things in it that mimic a jellyfish bite. So it actually will like sting the skin and teach it to plump up. And I think that's so cool. And basically, you guys, our mission is to look, feel, and live younger for longer. We are not talking that we want to have extended lifespan if it's low quality. We want to have an extended, high quality, high vitality lifestyle. That longevity has to be including feeling good, being energetic. I didn't even get into our protein shakes, which are absolutely incredible. Everything Shaklee does is with this longevity piece in mind. And for me, that just totally aligns with my mission and my age and what I want to be sharing out in the world and helping women with. So why do we do this? Well, I guess I just sort of said why we do it. We love helping people feel good. We want to help people have more time and energy and vitality with their families. We also want to help people make an income on the side so they can have a little bit of choice. It's not about quitting your job, but it's about having a travel fund, preparing for maybe an early partial retirement. It's about being able to put your kids in high level sports. Like, it's just about having choice. Your paycheck is a direct reflection of how many people's lives you're helping. I mean, if that doesn't feel good, I don't know what it is. What would? For me, it feels great. And as I said, we have these proven products behind us, 110 years in the wellness industry, 75 plus patents, 110 plus clinicals, 10 billion in sales. You get this stability of an old legacy company, but you get the heart of a startup because there's brand new blood here. There's the ageless movement. There's Glow Protocol. There's young people that are coming here in droves because they recognize they need the stability. They've tried some other things and they want to be with a company that's going to be around for forever. When I first heard that we were coming over to Shaklee, I thought, okay, I got to get my head around this. That company's been around a long time, and I was worried it would be a little stagnant because I had heard a rumor that they have such an aging distributor population and they get to legacy their business to their kids. So there's all these people that are in scooters, like they live so long. There's more centurions in Shaklee than there is in probably any other network marketing business because the products are so based on living as long as you can and healthy, right? So these people come in with their scooters and we have to get special fire licenses for our conferences because we have all of these people that have been here for 70 years. And when I got here, I realized, yes, there's that, but there's also freaking 20-year-old powerhouses coming in and blowing it up with their social media. And then there's my generation building these strong legacies so that we have this consumable income after we don't feel like working anymore. And we have that residual coming in. We have viral products. We're always all over the news. We're in Forbes magazine. Roger is very cutting edge about trying to get the word out there that Shaklee is up and coming, that we are not stagnant or stale, that this is a company that has products that are worth looking at. And Roger, the sole owner of the company, does not have any shareholders. So that also speaks to me. But his dad was the one that took Burberry over and took it from a raincoat company into a full on luxury brand. You know, he recognized the opportunity there. And Roger, his son, has bought Shackley 20 years ago and has used those same principles to revive and revitalize this company, just like his dad taught him to do. And he is young, guys. Like he is like maybe just dipped his toe into his 50s and he is on fire still with all kinds of ideas and excitement. And I just love that. We've got a great compensation plan. What I love about it, I'm not going to get into the weeds on this, is that everybody who's starting, like new people, the little distributors, earn the most money I've ever seen in any comp plan. I mean, it's crazy. It's 30% of what your customer spends, like a dollars. So if you have a customer that orders $100 worth of stuff, you get $30 dropped into your account on Thursday. It's actually insane. It's not on PVC or points. The customer side of this marketing plan is actually insane. We get weekly pay. You get star bonuses. So for every 3 new customers, as long as they spend a certain amount altogether, you get $75. And that drops into your account on Thursdays. And so it's just exciting because there's little things that you can do when you're new. You don't have to wait till you've had this giant business that you see everybody on the stage talking about. And basically, we give you everything. We have the most incredible tools here. You can see the weekly pay there that will drop into that person's account. And how you get started is you just talk to Stace. And even if you're nervous, guys, we'll do everything for you. But you don't have to be a distributor. What I always love saying here is this. Maybe you're here just to support Stacy and you're like, oh, you know what? That's so exciting and that's awesome for you. And that's totally okay. Or maybe you're like, oh, some of those products, like that really spoke to me. You know, my heart is around longevity too, or my kids need some support. And you talk to Stacy about getting some products and we'll do a freaking happy dance because I promise you the product will do something amazing. They all are amazing. It's almost annoying because there are too many good things here. Or maybe option C is that you're like, well, frick, maybe I was supposed to see this. I actually feel a little stirring of like, you know, what if I could do this? What if I just invited some people to an event? Michelle did the event for me and I got a bunch of customers and I made a little bit of money and I started having an extra $500 to $1,000 coming in every single month. Like that is totally possible here, or I wouldn't be this jazzed up talking about it. I promise you, I cannot fake that. And so I'm going to pass it over to Sarah, who is offering some door prizes. And you guys, thank you for coming to support Stacy. It's super hard to invite to these kinds of things. I know she had to put herself out there to do that. And I'm just so proud of you guys for watching this for her or being here live to support her. And, you know, it means the world to her.
Oh, that was so exciting. I love like it never gets old hearing all of that goodness of this incredible company that we aligned with in a year ago. It's gone by so fast. And like Michelle said, I there's just so many products and I have not been disappointed yet by any of them. And each month with my loyalty order, I'm like, oh, what am I gonna put in my loyalty order this month? Because literally if I put everything that I wanted in there, I'd be poor. So I kind of we earn loyalty credits that go towards things. So often I will pick a new product that I want to try and use my loyalty rewards to go towards that. But yeah, just everything from the new formula of collagen that they've released. The powder collagen is incredible. The wands, the Vivix. I will just quickly share my little personal story with Vivix. And I'm like, oh, I need to get Jagger back on that. So Jagger's always, my son, has since birth struggled with high inflammatory in his gut. It has impacted his mental health. And when we started this company, I was like, oh, I should probably give it to him. All you need to do, I didn't do the gummies. I just did like a little, all you need of the liquid is a teaspoon. Guys, I noticed within 24 hours a change in his mood, a change in his sleep. And so I kept him on it and I noticed a huge improvement. Because you saw the people that ate a McDonald's meal, it went up. People that ate the McDonald's meal and took Vivix went down. So imagine what this is doing to your body on the regular basis, right? So yeah.
Just before you continue on, I'll just quickly share my before and after of Vivix. It's
Yeah.
just like shocking.
It,
And I was taking collagen on the left, but I was super stressed out and inflamed. And then I started Vivix, and I took just a random picture of me with some flowers that I got delivered. And I was like, wait a minute. And then I put them beside each other and I could not believe it. And that's showing up not only in my face, but in my organs, but also my energy. Like I'm working out for the first time in 8 years. So because I just feel so good. So I will totally concur with what you said for Jaggy.
Yeah, I love this product, and yeah, the ones that you put on the screens are amazing. The Vitalizer, if I'm feeling like low in the day, I'm like, oh my gosh, I haven't had my Vitalizer. I take it, I'm better. I felt
Yeah.
like every one of them are so good. And what both Michelle and Stacy said is that these are high quality. Like Shackley's been around for a long time. Dr. Shackley was the founder of the multivitamin. These are high quality, clinically researched product for a fraction of what you would pay in a naturopath with the same impact, if not more. So, yeah, it's really exciting. And what I wanted to do to anyone watching the recording or on live is do a little giveaway. So, Angie, I'm going to pick three products. So, if you are chosen, you get to pick which one you want. It's going to be a surprise what they are, but a few of them were shown on one of the slides today. So, yeah, really exciting. It's just been a whirlwind, and Michelle and I just got back from Cabo. And we're just treated like rock stars, and it's been a great year, learning, getting my feet back into this industry, and being on that trip, really shone light on why I love this industry, why I want to be a part of it forever. And I'm just really proud of Stacy. And again, thank you for everyone who has tuned in, whether it's live or the recording, and hope to see you guys soon. Great.
Thank you so much, ladies. And thank you for your support, everyone.
Good
Thank you.
night.
Night.